you've been back in Australia for a long time now, and I suppose
years,
you're one of the first people who was actually an entrepreneur who I met, who'd actually started his own business and was running his own thing and wore suits and things and was interviewed by people, which was quite interesting at the time. So tell me a little bit about your first forays into entrepreneurship, if you can remember that part.
Yeah, that I can. The drivers and the stories behind that, I can, absolutely. I'd been in the UK back in the UK again when I was about 21. When I came back to Australia after a bit backpacking and traveling around, I went to work with a friend of mine who was working with a company who had quite a clever marketing company, vertically integrated, where they did fundraising for schools to produce safety material for the kids to learn about things like stranger danger, what to do in the case of a fire. They came up with a couple of cartoon characters. One was Constable Care, one was Bernie Cinders for the fire brigade and the police force.
Bernie Cinders?
Bernie Cinders, yeah.
Right. Fantastic.
You can imagine sitting around on a Friday afternoon, beers, going, let's come up with some names. I've got it, Bernie Cinders. And they, what they would do is they'd call local businesses telemarketing, and they would ask them to support the local school, to support the production of this material that would go into the schools, little colouring in things and little booklets. And in return, the local business would be acknowledged as a sponsor on the material that would go in. So, a nice feel-good sort of local sponsorship. Now, there's more to the story than that. But anyway, that gave me, they were an interesting organisation, put it that way, that was doing this work. But it gave me the idea that you could call up businesses, produce something that had something of value to the community, get businesses to pay to have their name associated with that community message, let's say, and build a business out of it. So having come back from the UK, recycling and the environment was just, I'm talking 1992, 91, 92. Recycling was, sorry, let me just turn off my notifications there. So recycling was just starting to become a thing. People didn't know how to recycle. So I thought, okay, well, there's an opportunity for me to gather people around an emotive issue and get them to be acknowledged for that. So my first entrepreneurial stint was to start this thing. It was called Recycle. Everybody's doing it. A bit of a mouthful. I wasn't so much into my sort of branding and marketing piece there, but I had the idea. I got a nice little A4 chart designed, and it had paper. It was cut into 4: paper, metal, plastic, and glass. And you could sponsor each one of these things, and it would tell you when your recycling was picked up, how to separate your rubbish into recycling compartments. I got it translated into a dozen different languages because we're very multicultural, obviously, here in Sydney as well. And then I would ring up businesses, tell them about it, get them to buy into sponsoring this piece for their local community. So we divided Sydney up into a number of areas. Anyway, so that went well. And we made some money out of it and started a business. But the feedback that I got from the clients when I went to renew them the next time, and sorry, just one little piece on entrepreneurial thinking. When we went out to see people, I had an A4 piece of paper. Everyone's like, great idea, but I don't think anybody's going to stick that on their fridge. Now, bearing in mind, I'm sort of 23 at the time. So now, as a family man, I've got school stuff and photos and everything all over my fridge, but I didn't really think about that. So what we did was we divided it into an A5 sheet, reduced the artwork, reduced the thing, and then all of a sudden it went gangbusters. So we started getting people to sign up for that. So my entrepreneurial message there is, don't give up after getting the first knockback. Just keep rethinking how you can get your product or service to market.